seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it does fulfill those conditions I was talking about. You can get onto the Wisp, you get onto the Lina, close that gap. And you've pretty strong people to sit in the lane with you at the start as well. It's okay against the Centaur too. Again, you can negate some of the damage with the dispersion, and of course being able to spam with the spectral dagger and get right clicks onto him helps. Both teams dropping lower and lower on the reserve time here. I'm not sure how 4 Zoomers really round this out. They have a decent front line at the moment. I was thinking a Timbersaw for them against like the Elder Titan and the Tiny that they have so far, but Timbersaw might not be the best in the world, and that you're against a Spectre, and you know that you're not playing against a Strength 4 hero in the safe lane. Okay. Medusa?
Yeah, Medusa we've seen, perform pretty well, but it was 4 Zoomers who played against this Medusa and ended up, not doing well against
10
it.
seconds remain.
Yeah, I don't know about this
5
one.
seconds
It's Medusa. It does hit the egg along with the Lina, but you can get stunned out and start these team fights. You can get pushed around. You can get gone up by the Spectre. Spectre is very happy building a Diffusal Blade and will do exactly that, I think, and just out carry you, melee you down. I'm not sure this Medusa is ever going to get online, and if she does, the game will just go so late that the Spectre will end up ripping her and her entire team apart.
5 seconds.
4 Zoomers line up. I'm seeing their reasons for picking up the Medusa and the Lina, but I'm not really like them. I definitely prefer Team Brazil so far.
It is Radiant's ban.
Invoker ban, Viper ban, get that break out of here.
Yeah. Stopping the Invoker, of course, the EMP, being able to take out the majority of Noose's EHP.
10
Be decent against it in the mid
seconds.
lane as well.
5
Come up with this last
seconds.
ban that they're going to do. It's going to be some other mid hero, but as limited mid heroes you can play against with the Medusa and the Lina. You want something that can sort of sit kind of far back, and well, Invoker is one of them. I'm not sure Pengo is really the other. That swashbuckle lucky shot would do wonders for you in these team fights against the Medusa. Just being able to disarm that hero for 5 seconds. But I think they'd rather have, like, I don't know.
10 seconds remain.
Maybe OD. Wind Ranger.
We saw OD banned, but I was wondering about like whether or not that's a good pick right now. Or not right now. We've seen OD banned, but we've seen him banned in the past.
Oh yeah, to say he's not banned.
No. I meant like we saw. I think it was the last game or the game before that we saw OD banned, and it's just like, is OD even good? He never gets picked.
I think he can be good. I think he wouldn't be that bad in this scenario. Round off the draft with a bad, and I'm not crazy about him, but he will keep these heroes topped up, and you actually see probably gonna see Io Abaddon play together. Top if this is a position for Lina, that would be interesting to see, because those two heroes just keep each other's HP topped up. I don't know, that might be exaggerating, but it feels like you want to play the Abaddon with the Wisp just because of how that Wisp coil interaction works. You're not purging off anything too important with that shield either. I mean, you do have the Fire Spirits and the Elder Titan sleep, but it's not that big at this point.
We have seen Gunnar be on the Wisp, so see if it's Abaddon 5, Wisp 1, Lina 4. It didn't work for them yesterday when they played it. Yeah, alright, Gunnar on the Wisp. And then Ocean on the Lina, Husky on the Abaddon. So it does end up being the Wisp carry. But with that, they just got destroyed yesterday. But see if they can make it work. That's for sure.
Glad they finally picked up that Mars, though, something to go with the Phoenix, otherwise it gets taken down way too easily. I mean, you have the Centaur ult, you have the Lina that can sit super far back and click it in, of course you have the Medusa who has the split shot and click the rest of the team while on that egg. So I finally want to see some of these Phoenix eggs come off and do damage to the enemy team rather than just getting blown up or having the enemy team walk away. So, Team Brazil, show it to me. Show me the kind of damage this Phoenix can do. Francis Lee as well. He's a very impactful position 4 support player. If anyone's going to do it, it's him.
It's a lot of faith in Flea.
Yeah, I mean, team of Demon Slayers, they did a decent job at the start of the year before kind of falling off. There's several of those players are now banned.
Was that this season?
Yeah. Well, I guess technically we're on the new season. The international is supposed to come and pass, but start of the year or start of last DPC season last year, they came second at DreamHack Season 12, which wasn't a DPC event, but he was there.
Prepare for battle.
Good luck, have fun. No pause this time around.
Surprised, honestly. There you go. There you jinx us. Knock on wood, Bkop. Come on. All right. Pause comes out.
My bad. I'm gonna scarf down some cereal.
Yeah, just allow me to talk about the team and some of these items as we go. Top lane, we see Ocean up here decides to go Null Talisman Tangos at the start, which I'm not a big fan on. Again, just rushing like one big item and then getting not very much regen. You are able to sell yourself out some pretty quickly if you manage to get the bounty runes. But again, letting yourself get harassed out of lane at the very start isn't great. Even if you do have that extra range to fall back on, if Elder Titan gets on top of you with all of his damage, like gets 2 heroes in the creep wave with that Astral Spirit, he's hitting you for like 150 damage at the very start of the game. There's way more movement speed than you, so you have to be a bit careful. Mid lane, Sammy Boy. I mean, this is just standard stuff for Medusa. Get your stats. You have your Fairy Fire. You share Tangos. Just have the ability to contest CS from whoever the enemy mid laner is. You start with pretty low base damage. And Tiny here with huge base damage in his Quelling Blade. It's going to make the first couple of waves difficult for him until Medusa is able to spam out these Mystic Snakes and get some harass off on him. And then bottom lane, we actually do see Gunner on this Wisp and Abaddon here, but it is the position 1 Wisp rather than the position 1 Abaddon. Didn't we see this yesterday?
Yes.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
We just talked about this. Yeah, and they got owned. Warzoomers is 0-4 in this series so far.
Just 30 seconds now.
I don't know. Maybe it's been going good in the scrims. Maybe the other teams that are playing against them are playing some 4D chess stuff. So whenever they see like this lane with Abaddon and Wisp, the Gunner on the Wisp, they just lose to four Zoomers intentionally in the scrims, make them think that it's owning.
Oh, this Wisp
Every team except for them is in on it. That would be a real big play.
Coast to be really taking a lot of damage in this top lane.
With just the Ring of Regen and some Tangos, he's gonna need to start eating them. He doesn't, though, for some reason. So come on, eat 1 Tango, dude. You're gonna start the laning phase with half HP. I don't really want to get the max value out of it, but he's gonna get yourself pushed back by this Centaur now.
Who are they bringing up top? Okay, so the Lina, and they're gonna have a lot of harassment in this lane with the Lina.
Yep.
He's gonna need to be careful, especially with Spectral Dagger level 1. Probably the weakest point for Costa Bile. KJ, we'll see if he can keep Costa Bile safe. At least for right now. Monkeys Forever taking some harassment, but the 2-man stuns come in, line them up, and put a little pressure on where both heroes eat a Tanga.
Line him up, knock him down. He's gonna get tons of right clicks off on Elder Titan here. Forced to play very far back, doesn't pop that salve.
Yeah, has to pop the salve. Salve's not even going to get him to full, but he got another salve delivered. So the HP regen is not great for Elder Titan because now he gives that salve up to the Spectre. both of them dealing with, I believe, 3 tangos apiece. 4 for KJ, actually.
Yeah. Just to be under heavy harass already, despite being handed that salve off. He's going to be able to run into the trees, though. They're not going to be able to stop him. Free path and do the Spectral Dagger. And through the opposite direction. God, they're under so much heavy harass in this lane. This Ring of Regen just isn't going to cut it. Ocean being able to hit you from so far away, despite being handed off a salve from your Elder Titan. You're only sitting at 3 CS, 1 deny right now.
So things going well for 4 Zoomers. Definitely a little bit of a change considering how they've been playing. They'd love to prove that this one position Wisp works. Pure back on the Husky just pushes him out.
Yeah. Definitely here, Ocean is just having the time of his life. The enemy's not able to come anywhere close to him. Finally gets his clarity interrupted, and he does miss that light strike ray right there onto Lina.
Ooh, King RD. He's getting low. And might fall. Ooh. That was a sliver of health. And Gunner, if he comes in too far, he might just die. He might just give up his own life. But they've got the Aphotic Shield, and the Aphotic Shield around a Wisp actually just looks like he's in a bubble.
He's a bubble inside a bubble.
Yeah.
It's bubbleception.
Bubble boy.
Ringception is what it's called in Aghadom's Labyrinth game. But they're doing decent harass to these heroes up here, or down here in the bottom lane. King RD just sitting on 2 tangos left. Louis got 6 stick charges. You got tons of sustain between Wisp and Abaddon, so I think they're going to be fine. Looks like this game's going to start pretty slow. I thought that we might see a little bit more action up here in the top lane, but Elder Titan Coast to be like here, just want to disengage whenever they can. Doing a good job of shutting down their farm, though.
Yeah, Mars and Spectre not really getting much out of their lanes at the moment. I would say Mars actually more so than the Spectre, of course, because Spectre just at 11-1. Costa Bile not really able to do anything. Just level 3.
Sammy Boy's getting run down his own jungle, though. In fact, he's going to die here. Lee managing to catch him out with the haster, and him activating that mana shield pretty late to just bring him down. He's got no movement speed, 275 on this hero. Your Wraith Bands aren't doing anything for you when you're ticking the magic damage. You don't want to be going down like this. For the top lane, Elder Titan is under more heavy harass. Okay. Yeah, they continue to push Costa Bile back under this tower. If you go on the bottom lane, they do manage to get Husky's courier while the stick is still on it. They toss, they spear him away from that bounty rune, so. And he grabs that one. Actually missed that up in the top lane. Oh my god, Monkey's forever going down the tide. They lose the courier, and they're going to lose Ocean here too. They're going to continue to chase him down. He does have... Oh, the leg strike ray, and he gets him! Punished for diving that hard. Lina gonna walk back to base. Happy has a bunch of gold under his belt now, though he did end up losing his courier. He used that money to buy a bunch of wards, nothing else though.
Sorry about that. Camera work wasn't on that that first kill on the Centaur. Just smelled something burning. My roommate burned something. I didn't realize he was back. So I thought something was happening.
You're dying.
I thought I might have to cast while on fire. I was not sure how that was gonna play out. So I checked real quick. Nothing's burning. We're A-okay. All is fine in the world. So yeah. Also smells like wood fire burning outside. Like I got 2 sensations of burning. Oh, Spectre up top goes to Bile. Oh, the sleep and Monkeys forever. He's probably gonna pay the price for this. Will stun out from Ocean, tries to get Costa Bile, but KJ's there to get the second.
Wasn't going to be able to pop off on him anyways, even if he did end up having his spells off cooldown, because you got your 2 infused raindrops up against this Lina. Exactly how you want to be playing Or sorry, on the Spectre 3 infused range ups. It's exactly how you want to be playing this lane. And yeah, he gets the soul release and healing cell, bringing him back up to full HP. He's not using any of his own regen, which is good for him, in my opinion. I mean, you're 16 and 3 CS. You are so far behind on the Spectre that you need your teammates to kind of pick up some of the slack for you. Spending extra money on regen would just put you even further behind. RD out of the lane in the bottom, and Medusa has decided that she can no longer lane against this Tiny, which is true. Again, we saw the same thing happen with the Storm Spirit against Tiny in the mid lane. You have to be careful of this combo damage that he has. It's just too much. Once he's got 3 points to this Avalanche, you take 3 times the damage while in the air. That's 725 magic damage if he uses it perfectly with just the Avalanche by itself. So, doing 2 camps at once while you're stacking is definitely the play here. Unfortunately, Sammy Boy doesn't realize he's underneath a ward.
Oh no. Stone Gaze Avalanche keeps him close. That should not happen. I feel like Tiny turning a stone makes no sense. Sweep on a 2, but under the tier 2 tower, they can't make an aggressive play. Maybe catch Husky if he comes in too far. They do have Avalanche and Toss still available. Ocean makes a rotation too. So a bunch of these heroes over towards mid. That'll open up these side lanes, which Costabile is very happy about.
Finally given some breathing room, and he opts to go Midas for his first item, which I'm not a big fan of, but some people argue is pretty good to get back in the game, especially if the game is be a little bit slower paced. And of course, you are playing against the Medusa, so it's going to take some time for the enemies to come online. Everyone looks like he's starting to rotate to the top lane, though. They want to get behind Monkeys Forever, and Sammy Boy further shut him down. I don't think he's going to get away from this one.
Cool. Monkeys Forever tossed up. Avalanche there. Costabile actually gets credit for that kill, of all people.
Well earned. Average carry, teamfight contribution there.
In Brazil, despite Spectre only 28 and 6, like, they're up 1,000 net worth. They're happy.
Yeah. Now, third on the net worth chart, though, after grabbing that kill. They do have a decent combo
bottom.
between these 2 heroes, though.
Not doing anything? All right, Gunner. Now on the run, they'll use the Haunt. Will they jaunt? No, Costabile just ends up dead. Up towards top. Stampede gets used. Gunner falls. And that's, you know, just the Stampede to try and get this Wisp out.
Yeah, both teams lose their carry, but one of these carries is not like the other. I mean, you should be having a decent time to start the game playing this Wisp, and ooh, I actually missed that one. We lose that Abaddon to Tiny. I mean, he's not level 6 yet. So having a pretty bad time. Since he did go down there, he did have the haste, and there was just no getting away from that one. But I was going to briefly touch on this huge magic damage combo they have just from the Elder Titan Astral Spirit Natural Order. He's actually opting to start to max his Natural Order because he's got the Titan on his team. Going 1-2-2 right now. Further just increasing the huge damage from this combo.
King RD yelling, "Fight me!" Monkeys Forever goes for Flea. Flea up here by himself. TP starts to come around. Supernova in an odd position. That's for sure. Monkeys Forever gets spotted. Avalanche comes in. They don't have the damage to kill this Centaur just yet. There's the toss. Fire Spirit's thrown his way, and all of a sudden the tree won't be the last shot. It's actually the Astral Spirit on top of it.
I think that was actually a decent egg. They knew that Lina was coming around the trees in that direction. If he moves the opposite way, I guess this way, the way that the other guy's walking, he runs into Lina. Lina with the huge attack range and fiery soul actually ends up breaking the egg. So Flea, as odd as that egg looked, I don't think it was that bad. And everyone's trash talking you for walking away. They're gonna feel pretty bad when they realize you could have been dead.
I'm just in a new apartment. I don't know what's going on around me. It smelled like fire.
This was fine.
Maybe.
I'm okay with what is currently unfolding. Image of just a dog with the house on fire.
Yeah, this is okay.
Now they feel awful. Look at them. This is a Twitch chat personified. You would be dying, and they'd be saying, "What's wrong with this cameraman? It's like he's dead."
Maybe I am.
Yeah. All right, mid lane, Sammy Boy finally able to secure himself a bit of CS. He had a rough go of it at the start.
Kill
Oh,
on
I
the
missed.
Ocean. Avalanche toss. I caught the tail end of that, and they're going to go for Monkeys Forever. They've got 3 heroes up here going up against Monkeys Forever and Husky. Husky hasn't put any points into borrowed time just yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This Tiny getting closer and closer to his Blink Dagger here. And they're going to be in a lot of trouble on 4 Zoomers once they do get it. Just being able to instantly blow up this Wisp, this Lina. Abaddon's going to be a bit more tricky, the fact that he has his borrowed time. But Medusa's not really going to be safe either. But she's picking up the pace with her farm with this Mask of Madness. This is something we saw the other game as well. This item allows you to farm so fast on so many heroes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
2K lead for Brazil. Spectre, you know, not having the most amazing of games at the start, but Costa Vila has found his way back, has this Midas, of course, so things looking pretty good right now for Costa Vila catching up and, quite honestly, keeping up with the Medusa.
Yeah. It's liking to see it. Costa Vila
There is
keeping
little
up with
hope
his
for
farm.
Dire's middle tower.
Gets his Gloves of Haste done almost on his power treads on the Spectre. It's a bunch of attack speed now, which should allow him to farm the jungle fairly fast. One thing I thought this is kind of slow is neither of these teams have really tried that hard to push in the enemy towers yet. Something we saw a little bit more in these other games here. I mean, they have taken the bottom tier 1 against the Radiant team, but I think they're, again, just waiting on some of these Blink Daggers to really take the aggression to the enemy team. Once Mars has got it, he's sitting on 1,800 gold. Tiny is his 1,700 gold.
Oh, doesn't get the kill in the Ocean. That forces the Stampede, though. Is this, using the Stampede there worth it just to get a Lina on? On. Costa Vila going for it. Stun now under the tower. They'll glyph to try and get this tower to do more damage, but Monkeys Forever still ends up dead. 4 heroes here. Maybe you could have had the Stampede at that point in the fight. Either way, both heroes go down, and it's more for Costa Vila while the tier 1 starts to get harassed a little bit. 4DR is looking to defend here with King RD. So Stone Gaze gets used. They have the sweep. They'll turn around, toss back to the creep. So now he turns the stone, but Sammy Boy has been tossed out of position. They've got the avalanche. Here comes the arena. Oh, King RD.
Oh, the save. The spear did miss, and you know the Wisp takes him back, but not too far back, just on top of their hill there. They shove back to the enemy team, and now their abilities on cooldown. No arena up. You do still have Supernova, but you'd be having to use it without that other big ultimate to keep it up.
Toss. Laguna Blade on a 4DR. They get the kill onto the Tiny and flee. That is, I would say, botched. They'd be more deterred if maybe the Spectre was there to just dive in, kill 4DR, and go for the egg.
I mean, that arena, I feel like is a bit premature. You need to communicate with your Phoenix. The fact that you've wasted arena, you managed to let Io tether everybody out, and then didn't combo with your egg. I mean, it's costing you that fight, and then you end up losing mid tower. Bit of control over the map. These should be easy fights for them to take right now. And they were forced in that fight when they were so close to the Blink Dagger and the Tiny, too. I mean, just a little bit more gold on Team Brazil, a little bit better team fight execution. They completely destroy 4 Zoomers.
KJ will TP. Not even close. Never in doubt. Blink Dagger now picked up for the Tiny, so and he's got a haste. He can really just go and run somebody out.
Got his zoomies. His Blink Dagger's now right out to him.
Blink for the Mars too. So good amount of initiation for Team Brazil.
Yeah, just have to wait for this Phoenix egg to get off cooldown, I believe.
Gunner coming over. Blink. They have the arena. They'll use it. God's Rebuke. Spear now caught to the stairs, not the side of the arena. Their splitter thrown in, and that'll hit on the Gunner. They'll use the Stampede. They've got 40 Arc trying to chase and keep up. He does have that haste. Avalanche comes in. Toss him up into the air. They've got the God's Rebuke. Spirit Vessel is on him. He continues to try and tether and leave, and the relocate. He's out.
To their top tower.
Allow him
But-
to get out. So much that he's trying to chase that hero, but they start to look at the heroes that's sitting around. The Wisp is going to have to come back here. And they take
They'll
out enough
start to
heroes in
turn
the
the fight.
meantime.
They've got the tether. Great sweep from KJ. This should help them at least probably just lose Flea, if anything. But really helps Team Brazil in terms of a disengage, and that's a disengage after a long, worn-out chase onto the Wisp.
Yeah, I mean, that just felt awful in Team Brazil. I mean, the lack of damage that they had there, really. And, of course, Wisp being able to just tether from target to target and get away on top of having the extra movement speed there from jumping to that Dominator. I mean, it feels so awkward when a Wisp can run halfway across the map and then pull that relocate when you have so many stuns on your team. You just can't bring him down.
Tower is under attack.
Team Brazil are just making so many small little mistakes that are adding up and making this game so much harder for them.
Dire should look to their bottom tower. Dire's bottom tower
Gunner.
is in danger.
In terms of net worth, he's got about the same as the Mars. He's going into Heaven's Halberd. Monkeys Forever has the Blink and 2 bracers.
Dire's bottom
He's
tower
just about in the
is
same
under
spot as the Tiny. Host Stomp comes in. Now they've got the stun. They'll get the kill on a Flea. Unable to get the Supernova off. Unable to engage for Brazil. It's time for them to probably start to leave. They're going to go onto the high ground, look for the stun. Arena comes in. Elder Titan in trouble. Never gets anything off, but the Avalanche hits on 3 of these heroes. They've got the Haunt as well. Costa Biola comes into the fight. They look over at Monkeys Forever as well as Gunner and Husky. Toss. Long range doesn't hit onto Monkeys Forever. Husky, he pops the borrowed time. They go after Gunner, who is out of mana thanks to this Diffusal Blade on Costa Bile. They'll look for the Spirit, lands on the Lonesome Tree. They get the kill onto the Wisp. They also take out this Abaddon, and 40R gets credit for that one. Team Brazil, they're the ones who come out ahead this time.
is in danger.
Yeah, 2,200 XP going their way and about 1,200 gold. Start to work towards some of these other items. I mean, they were just waiting on some of these items to get the good initiations off in this team fight. I mean, Tiny with his Blink Daggers can make things a little bit easier, but once Spectre finishes up like this Manta style, and of course Tiny grabs his next item, Echo Saber, he'll be able to take these fights. Mars, of course, working on that Vladimir's offering as well, so allow them to play a bit more aggressive. I'd like to deal up the extra damage in these team fights here. But they're not looking to give up too much map control at the moment. We're posturing on Team Brazil to go towards this tier 1 tower, but everyone on 4 Zoom is playing pretty tight back here. And you have to walk through Centaur Warrunner to get to the tower. It makes it a bit difficult.
Things not going too far to one team or the other. Husky comes out on the high ground. They've got the God's Rebuke as well as the Spear that sends them to the low ground right under 40R. They've got the stun as well as the Laguna Blade on the Spectre. Costa Bile in some trouble. There's the Arena as well as the Egg. This is perfect if they had some follow-up, but they do. Earth Splitter comes through, kills off Husky. Sunray on Monkeys Forever. God's Rebuke, Stampede used, Ocean on the run. LSA doesn't land. They're going to relocate back to this spot. Do Team Brazil look for anything more? Costa Bile is sitting a bit low for him to feel comfortable about going in, but they do have the Blink as well as the Avalanche Toss from 40R about to go for this Wisp. Tosses him up into the air. Use the Avalanche. Damage onto 40R, maybe more than he expected. He goes down to Sammy Boy. They take out Monkeys Forever. Gunner survives. And it ends up being a 2-for-1 in that split.
Yeah, I think in that scenario, you just want to accept that you got just the Abaddon and then get back afterwards. It's not really worth it jumping in on that Tiny, trying to grab that Wisp. Made it especially hard by the fact that the Wisp is holding onto the Nether Shawl, just 25% magic resistance item, wasn't able to burst him down with his combo in that scenario. Outside of like the Tiny being able to jump on someone and blow them up really quickly in conjunction with the magical damage and from Natural Order and the Phoenix Egg Mars combo, if you're not able to bring down enough people in that, you need to just get back. Allow Spectre to get a bit more farm and have her contribute more in team fights in the future. So, the enemies definitely prefer these long, drawn-out fights, and you do have the ability to disengage just with higher movement speed and lack of lockdown for the enemy team. As you go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But you need some sort of way to get more map control of the enemy team, because they're going to out-farm you when they have this tier 1 tower up in the mid lane still, to make them much easier for them to gank your heroes. You're playing so far into the enemy zone right now, up in their triangle farming. Actually, just gonna go for the tier 2. They do have the catapult with them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. The dire glyph is now active.
Got Sammy Boy just hitting away. He's got the Mask Madness as well as the Manta. Going into the Daedalus next. Are there any halberds being built? Mars is going for one. He's kind of far from it. Arena down. Haunt is used. Gunner looking for the relocate, but it's literally 2 feet away from where he started. Spectral Dagger thrown out by Costa Viola. He's already used the Haunt. The borrowed time is Popeye Husky. They use the Mystic Snake, throwing at Fleet and Costa Viola. Comes on back. Now the Spear misses Gunner and the God's Rebuke. King RD kind of whiffs it. Avalanche Toss, though, they've singled him off from his team. So they still get that kill onto Gunner, despite the fact that King RD whiffs his kick. Now Monkeys Forever blinks forward, gets the hoof stomp out onto the Mars. He's in some trouble. The Supernova is a bit back, but that means that they can't really chase forward. They get the kill on a Husky. They look over at Sammy Boy, take out the Medusa, look over at Monkeys Forever. The police are ringing outside my house. They get a full team wipe for the side of Brazil because this is highway robbery for Brazil after whiffing some of that.
Brazil managed to pull off that team fight despite jumping in on that Mars and missing both the God's Rebuke and the Spear. This is going to go so bad for 4 Zoomers. The 2,500 net worth swing in their favor. They managed to get that tier 1 tower that they were holding on so well for so long, and 5,000 XP going their way too. Just a disaster. You can't help but to feel like this game is just going to get worse and worse. You completed a couple items before you lost that fight too, and Medusa just finishing Daedalus Manta style. So, Spectre finally coming online. Once she has this Manta, her damage is going to go up so much to the fact that the Illusion's going to have access to this Desolate and Diffusal Plate as well. Once he gets this, it just becomes too easy for her to get on the backline, jump on Medusa, burn down the shield, and where's your damage at that point? I'm going to tell you, it's not going to come from Gunner. All he's got is Helm of the Dominator and Heaven's Halberd.
For radiant forces.
And he's going Vlad next.
You don't feel your position 1's damage, and it's not scaling into this game either because all you got is a Vlad's. Medusa's the only thing that they have to worry about, and they're going to be building solutions to her pretty quickly. It's not going to be that long until Elder Titan, Phoenix, Mars all have Heaven's Halberds, and you just disable her attack for 5 seconds.
We trying to TP out, but there's the Blinko Stomp. Kill onto the Phoenix. So, I mean, we do call Gunner the 1. He is, did play in that safe lane and is the 1 position, but Sammy Boy, more likely than not, taking the 1 priority. Or actually Gunner's the 2 on 4 Zoomers. I take that back, but he was playing in the safe lane on this Wisp.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
While over here in the... They use this opportunity to try to set up in the Roche Pit, but I don't think they're going to be able to get anything from this. They do have Phoenix Egg available when he's up, and of course they
Toss?
have...
Okay, nothing more. Never mind.
I don't think you want to
relax.
pursue this one too hard. Wait for Phoenix to come back up, then I think start to play around the Roche Pit. Flee back up. His TP wasn't cool to him trying to teleport out when he went down. The enemy's caught him with the Stampede though. They smoke up and they want to start heading towards the Roche Pit. They're worried about the enemy team taking it, but both teams be a bit slow on this one. They don't have any big damage dealers for Roche, and they don't have that much minus armor. Setting up around the pit regardless, though. Spectre does have Haunt available, so she's able to jump across the map.
Avalanche Toss coming through on Monkeys Forever. The Hope Stomp misses. Now they've got the Haunt. Link in with the Arena right down in Ocean. They hit the Spear. They're getting the kill into the Lena. Now they look at the rest. They go after Monkeys Forever. They're going to jump forward, looking at Monkeys Forever for the finishing blow. Stops the Stampede. Move for the rest of his team to try and leave, especially Husky, who's right next to these heroes on the side of Team Brazil. Stone Gaze gets used. Spear pushes Sammy Boy back. Turn to Stone for this Spectre. It's a relocate out, but they're ready to just set up on the Wisp.
I'm not even sure that relocate was a great idea.
Did they time this right? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Nicely done. All right, Flea, I see you.
Trading your life for the Medusa's one there, but Flea definitely set that up one in a beautiful way with that Supernova, and they're going to move towards the Roche Pit here. I'm not sure if they're going to have the damage to bring it down fast enough before most of these heroes are up, though. They have used a bunch of cooldowns. They don't have access to the Stampede. They're not going to have access to Stone Gaze. They decide to try and contest this Roshan. This is going down faster than I thought with these illusions. Dispersion doing work to Roshan. They are going to get it before the enemy team can contest.
Stuns. We're coming through onto the Tiny. Nothing more, though.
Spectre with the Aegis now going for that Scotty again. 50% slow against both the cores on the side of 4 Zoomers, and reducing that Io's healing with the Scotty too. Will do wonders against him. So Team Brazil finishing up the last of the things they need to be able to take the fight against the enemy team, and of course. Actually,
going bottom, Centaur, Monkeys Forever? No. I don't think they want to make a jump.
Let's say I saw them queue up like Heaven's Halberds on a couple of these heroes, but I just don't see them. I think they've opted to go for other things instead. They decided that they want to do damage and chase the Medusa rather than worry about the disarm.
Yeah, it was the Mars who had it queued up. A bit odd that they, forego it. We've seen this problem against Medusas before, but I guess they think that they can handle the Medusa despite the fact that, Mask of Madness, Manta, Daedalus, and then a BKB next.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm not sure about this though. You got the Daedalus. Yeah, she does have a bunch of damage in these team fights. Unfortunately, she doesn't get to just stay and attack people for that long. Again, that crit is only proccing on one target where your damage is reduced by that 20%. Doesn't feel like enough. But you can blow someone up quickly while they're in stone form. Could be good for them.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look at Sammy boy.
Dire structures.
In a way, this top tier 2 down to about half health, but bottom Costa Biola is pressuring your tier 3. Look over at Sammy boy. He's already out of mana. Costa Biola comes over, and that was with the Haunt. They're going to try and relocate out. They do so successfully. They hit the spear, but the borrow time pops afterwards. The sun is on to this Mars. You got the kill on the Monkeys Forever. They look over at Husky. Bit of a late supernova. Okay. They were going for Gunner on the way back, trying to time it once again. Well, they'll kill him regardless.
Meanwhile, down here, Ocean just moving to farm neutrals, trying to grab those items there. Rather, items are all grabbed just to try to find the farm that she can while her team is wiped. Unfortunately, it feels like their backs are against the wall here for 4 Zoomers and just losing fight after fight. Try to find this Medusa, but I think she's going to be able to get away. Again, you build these major damage items. You did have the farm for a while, but you're getting outscaled now by the Spectre, and she's out farming you too.
Used to be I find Sammy boy. Ocean comes over. Manta still stunned.
Well, the heroes are up. Cooldowns. Everything's on cooldown right now for Team Brazil. They have to be careful if they get initiated on.
Alright, toss back, saving Costa Bila's Aegis. But I say saving it. He goes back up for the bounty rune. He might just get it popped right here. That puts him in a little bit of trouble. The spear hits onto Salmon Boy. They've got him up against the wall. Earth Splitter flies through. Doesn't really do a lot of damage, but they get the sleep onto a bunch of these heroes. They get the kill to Ocean. Now they look over the rest. Finishing off King RD. It ends up being a 1-for-1 so far. They'll buy back on this Lina. The LSA doesn't land, but they go after 40R. Damage on the Sammy Boy is more than enough to get the kill. Costa Biola gets credit for that one. Now they're up 12k with this Medusa for 70 seconds with a buyback. Sunray right on Gunner. They'll take out the Wisp too. And the big cores of 4 Zoomers end up dead on top of a second Ocean kill. Supernova in very deep. Husky getting body blocked, hoping that Supernova lands. Doesn't matter, they don't need it. They'll get the kill onto Husky, take out a technical 5th with 4 heroes dead and Lina buying back and dying twice.
That's got to be it. That was insane there. That Elder Titan in the middle of that team fight had plus 415 damage. He landed that Astral Spear on every enemy hero and just started whacking them down. He was invincible. The Tiny as well popped a DD for that fight. That was so bad for 4 Zoomers to take. It's just way too much damage coming out from Team Brazil. When your position 4 is hitting for 500 damage a hit, that is insane. They need to find a better way to blow these heroes up, and the only hero that's really outputting the damage at the moment is Medusa. Gunner, again, feeling like a non-factor in these. All he's got is the Heaven's Halberd, and that's not really doing much. You're playing against melee cores. It's, they haven't even really felt the pressure from this Medusa. Again, they had the option to build these Heaven's Halberds earlier at the start of this game, but Mars is only completing his first one right now after building a Solar Crest Blink Dagger of Vlad's. Flea, not having a Heaven's Halberd at all yet, opted to go the Shiva's Guard first. So they're reducing the healing between the Shiva's Guard, the Scotty, and the Spirit Vessel on what Wisp is trying to do here, keep his allies alive. The healing means absolutely nothing with all these regen reduction items. And when you're trying to out-sustain the enemies and the enemies won't let you sustain, you're not doing anything. Zoomers, they're about to go on again. Medusa.
Got the haunt. They look over at Sammy Boy. Oh, nice sweep, nice spear. Gunner trying to do all he can to save this Medusa. Earth Splitter comes in, doesn't land on anybody. There we got the kill on a Sammy Boy. He's dead for 72 seconds with buyback. So is Gunner. They look over at Husky. They'll take out a third. They'll go deep past the racks. And there's the spear. Attaches him to the Ancient. They'll just focus their attention over onto the tier 3.
Yeah, tier 3, and I don't think anything's really stopped them taking these tier 4s. They're not able to get through the mid lane, tier 2 at the moment, but he's trying to buy back, but I think she's just going to go down again.
Yeah, Sammy Boy buying back, so does Gunner. Now King RD gets the spear to land on the Ocean. They'll get the sweep on everybody. Oh, KJ hitting for 349 extra. They will take out everybody, and then they'll finish off with a kill on a Gunner. Full team wipe. No, the Ancient explodes too quickly.
Wow. After they, it looked rough at the very start for Team Brazil. They had some bad ultimates. Again, a couple times they're trying to chase Wisp across the map. Not quite enough lockdown for him, but as that game went on, Medusa was the only real person outputting damage. Gunner had come on a little bit too slow, and they just built items to counter out this core Wisp. They had Scotty on the Spectre there. They had Mars with the Spirit Vessel, Phoenix with the Spirit Vessel and the Shivas. There was just no regen happening, and the heroes getting bursted down. So Team Brazil, overwhelming victory and amazing draft by them.
Yeah, really well done by Team Brazil. Overall, getting themselves a win, defeating this Medusa Wisp core combo, and a good job by 4DR, going 11-2 and 18. Costa Billy 11-1 and 23. Overall, a very good job from this squad, and now they're looking to get the 2-0 and put these 4 Zoomers down to 0-6. So we'll be back with that second game in just a moment. We'll see if they can pull it off, if Brazil could get the 2-0 over 4 Zoomers. So we'll be back soon. Stay right there.